So today's edition is the one series, and this is sponsored by Master Scholars Academy. This morning I want us to solve a few questions regarding polynomial division, and I will start with an example. So I want you all to pay attention, and if you have any questions, you can send me all those questions through my social media accounts. Thank you very much. So we can begin with this question, which is to divide 3x. But first of all, let us all know what we are talking about. Let us see we are talking about what polynomial division. So we have polynomial division. Good. So polynomial division, and as I said here, we start with an example. We've already discussed this in class, but then this is also additional examples to help you really get the concept. Okay, that will be fine. So if we have a question like this, where we are to divide 3x to the power 4 minus 5x to the power 2 plus 3. So we have to divide this polynomial, okay, by x plus 2. So divide x to the power, 3x to the power 4 minus 5x squared plus 3 by x plus 2. So more or less, you can see that this is a linear divisor. And it being a linear divisor, it's a linear divisor because you see the highest power of x you can see here is 1. Okay, so this makes it a linear divisor and it's a binomial, as it has algebraic expression in 2 terms. Okay, so if you want to do such a division, just as we all know regarding the long division, we have our divisor here, as you can all see. And then this, let me bring this down so we can have more space. So we have x plus 2. Then we have our dividend. This is actually called the dividend. Okay. So we have 3x to the power 4. But to make things simple and consistent, when we have x to the power 4, we expect the next term to be what? X to the power 3. But there's no term in x to the power 3. But we can have a way of introducing x to the power 3 as this. Say 0x to the power 3, and then followed by followed by minus 5x squared. Then this one will be followed by 0x plus 3. That's as simple as ABC, right? So let's extend this a little. So as we have this, we go on to say that we first of all, look at the first term of the divisor, which is a term in x, and then we divide the very first term of the dividend, which is 3x to the power 4 by this x. When we do such, we are going to get the result to be 3x to the power 3. And you see, I like to present my answer in an orderly manner because you see, this one is presented right on top of the term in x to the power 3 for consistency and for orderliness. And that's very important in mathematics, especially when you are presenting your solution. Okay, it makes it clear for the examiner to really understand what you are doing. Okay. So you go on, after getting your 3x to the power 3, you multiply the entire divisor by this term. Okay, and that gives you 3x to the power 4. You multiply this by this, it gives you 6x to the power 3. Okay, so right from this, you subtract whatever you have here from what we have on top. just as the way you would have done a normal long division involving pure numbers. Okay, good. But this one is algebraic division. And so if you subtract, you're going to get that's 3x to the power 4 minus 3x to the power 4 gives you 0. So I don't think of writing here, it's 0. Then we have 0x cubed minus 6x cubed, that gives us minus 6x cubed. Okay, so now with this term, we can bring one of the terms above here down. So we get 6x cubed that's minus 6x cubed minus 5x squared. Good. So the x would also divide the very first term of this, which is minus 6x cubed, and that gives you minus 6x squared. Okay, that's minus 6x squared. So with our minus 6x squared, we do the same thing. We multiply the minus 6x squared by the divisor again. And this gives us minus 6x squared. Gives us minus 6x cubed okay, minus 6x cubed minus, that is 12 x squared. We then subtract, we get this minus, this is 0, so that is minus 6x cubed minus 6x cubed gives us what? Gives us 0. So then we also have minus 5x squared minus 12 gives us positive 7x squared. Then, as you all can see, we bring down 0x, okay, bring down 0x. Now the same approach, this x would divide this how many times? That is positive 7x. We multiply through by this, we're going to get x squared. This by this gives us that is 14x. Okay, so we go on with our subtraction. And then this gives us minus 14x. Okay, the last term here we agree, but then we continue by adding, as in you divide this one by this, you get minus 14. And so minus 14 times this gives me minus 14x. This times that also gives us minus 28. Good. So minus 28. You go on to subtract, and then we get, that is minus 14 minus 14 gives us 0, and then 3 minus 20 gives us positive 31. So this becomes, 31 becomes our remainder. Okay, so our remainder becomes 31, and our quotient, as the result of dividing this by that, gives us let me use this instead of the implication sign. So our quotient becomes 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 14, as simple as ABC. Okay, it's very simple, very simple. And so we have our divisor, we have our dividend, we have our quotient. Okay, so this refers to as the quotient. Now we can also do this, or we can do this kind of division by another method, which I call, or is generally called a synthetic division. With a synthetic division, we make use of coefficients of the dividend as well as the 0 of the divisor. Okay, so this is our divisor. First of all, we look for the 0 of this divisor, that is, we equate the divisor to 0, and that gives us x is equal to minus 2. So it means that this minus 2 is the 0 of the divisor. The 0 simply means the value of x for which the divisor is 0. So it means that when we put in negative 2, into, or sorry, you put negative 2 into this expression, that is negative 2 plus 2 gives us what? 0. So that's the 0 of this particular divisor. Okay. So we have our divisor here, as we can see. We represent it as I'm doing. So you have your divisor here in this box, and then followed by the coefficient of the dividend. Now the very first term is what? Is having a coefficient of what? 3. Okay, so we have 3. The next term should be a term in x to the power 3. But unfortunately, well, fine, we don't have any term in x to the power 3. But what we can do is to say that if there is no term in x to the power 3, then we can say that the term in x to the power 3 is what? Is 0x to the power 3. And it means the same thing. So then the coefficient of the next term becomes 0, followed by minus 5, followed by the next term is also 0x, and then what? And positive 3, as we can see. So then we draw a line, and then first of all, we bring this coefficient down, the very first coefficient down. So one important thing is that before you can do the synthetic division, you have to ensure that your polynomial or your given polynomial is arranged in the descending powers of x, okay? That is going to help you to be consistent and ensure that you work in an orderly manner. And so having your very first coefficient here, you multiply minus 2 by 3, and that gives you minus 6. You write it just beneath the next coefficient. You sum up the 2, as you can see here, and this gives you minus 6. You multiply this 2, negative 2 by the negative 6. This gives you what? Positive 12. And positive 12, you sum up, with minus 5 and 12, that gives you positive 7. Okay. Now if you get positive 7, you go ahead to multiply minus 2 by 7, and that gives you minus 14. And that's also the summation of 14 and 0 gives you minus 14. Sorry, the summation of 0 and negative 14 or minus 14 gives you minus 14. The last thing to do is to multiply the minus 2 by the minus 14, as you can see here, and that gives you positive 28. And whatever you get here, you sum up to get what? Positive 31. And you see, this is the very last thing. And this is your remainder. If you recall from the previous exercise that we did with regards to the long division, it was the same question, and you could realize that we had the same remainder, which is what? 31. Okay. We also had, look at this, take a look at what we have here. That is these coefficients. You remember from the previous exercise we did, we had the quotient to be, that is 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 7x minus 14, if you remember. And you will realize something, that the 3 you see here is what is here. You see minus 6 is the minus 6 you had here. You see positive 7, this positive 7, and you see 14, this is your 14. So whenever you use the synthetic division, you end up obtaining the coefficients of your quotient, okay? Just as you use the coefficient of your dividend, the synthetic division will give you the coefficient of your quotient. But one thing you should know is that whenever you are dividing, this is more or less, this is a quartic function, okay? Quartic in the sense that the highest exponent of x is what? Is 4. So the highest term that you can see is x to the power what? 4. And whenever you divide a quartic function by a linear function, a linear in the sense that the exponent of this x is what? Is 1. The moment you divide a quartic by a linear function, the result of your quotient will be what? Will be a cubic function. Okay. In the same way, if you divide a cubic function by, let's say, a same linear function, this will reduce from to the power 3 to the power 2. Means that the moment you divide a cubic function by a linear function, that gives you what? A quadratic function. Again, if you divide a quadratic function by a linear function, that will give you what? That will give you another linear function. So let's even talk about quintic function. That is a function with the highest power of x being 5. That is having the term x to the power 5. So if the highest power you can see is x to the power 5, and you divide this by a linear function, say x plus 2, okay, the result of your quotient will be a polynomial with the term or the highest coefficient, or sorry, the highest exponent of x being to the power 4. So it's more or less in divided. This term, okay, divides the highest term of the dividend and reduces it by 1. So that if you are really writing the final answer for your quotient, you realize that since this was a quartic function divided by a linear function, the result should be what? A cubic function. And so the very first coefficient we go with x to the power 3, followed by the second coefficient, which is minus 6x to the power 2. Then the next coefficient, that is 7, that will be what? 7x. You can say x to the power 1. And this one is minus 14x, x to the power 1. Again, see, whenever any number is reached the power 0, the result is 1. So you have minus 14x. Please note that this program or this video series is being sponsored by the Master Scholars Academy, and it is also a Tesla One production. Thank you.